Good evening, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to the second generation of BYD battery and flash charge technology launch event. What about today? The technology to be released is a disruptive one. Welcome to all media friends. Let's witness this important moment together. Thank you for your support. In recent years, what is the development of new energy vehicles in China? Unstoppable. Penetration rate increased from 6% in 2020. By November 2025, it will be close to 60%. It increased tenfold in 5 years. Moreover, our country has been selected as the top 3 countries for 3 consecutive years. The world's largest automobile exporter, it can be said that the development of new energy make everyone look at Chinese brands with new eyes. It also allows Chinese cars to gain recognition. They gained a level of respect they had never experienced before. Recently, as everyone has seen, the international situation is very unstable, directly impacting oil supply. Some people believe that this will drive up oil prices. What about our country? More than 70% of China's oil is imported, and a considerable portion of it is shipped from the Strait of Hormuz and the Strait of Malacca. Moreover, 70% of the nation's oil is used in the transportation sector. This is our country's oil resource reserves or current situation. The current situation is detrimental to the country's energy sector. Safety is a very serious test. China is a country with little oil and abundant electricity. Therefore, new energy vehicles should be used to replace gasoline vehicles. It was never a multiple-choice question. It concerns national energy security, a must-answer question for long-term development. However, we must also recognize a reality. That is, new energy by 2025. Compared to the previous year, what is the growth momentum? Slowed down. Nearly half of the users. I still prefer gasoline cars. Not considering new energy sources. What exactly is the reason that blocked them? Outside the door of new energy vehicles, what do we think? The core issue is electrification. There were still some persistent issues with the player experience in the first half. Not resolved. When choosing a new energy vehicle, what should everyone do? Still have concerns. Do you guys think? When I bought a gasoline car before, who cares about the size of the fuel tank? Who would notice that the fuel tank is 50 liters, still 60 liters, still 70 liters? I estimate that the vast majority of people probably don't know. Actually, filling up a tank of gas for a gasoline car only costs, at most I can drive 500 or 600 kilometers, but no one ever felt it wasn't enough. That's because the refueling speed is very fast. There's absolutely no need to worry about the size of the fuel tank. But when it's the electric car's turn, the situation is completely different. Now, the range of many electric vehicles, it has clearly surpassed gasoline-powered cars. But when people buy electric vehicles, there is still range anxiety. I'm still very concerned about the battery's wattage or driving range. There are quite a few users. To increase the range by 100 or 200 kilometers, it might even cost an extra 10 or 20,000 yuan. At the same time, it also increased the weight by hundreds of kilograms. This also leads to a simultaneous increase in energy consumption. If each car increases by 10,000 yuan, the total number of new energy vehicles in the country is 45 million. That adds up to several hundred billion a year. Just to resolve this anxiety, this has resulted in a huge waste of resources. If we charge speed as fast as refueling, completely resolve this anxiety, that would save society a lot of resources. It is precisely because the refueling speed is fast enough. In the past, when everyone drove gasoline-powered cars, when there is half oil left, I'm never in a rush to refuel. Even when the yellow light comes on, I also know I can run another 50 kilometers. There's absolutely no need to worry. But now everyone drives electric cars. When the battery was still half full, I started to feel anxious and panicked. Go find a power station to recharge the electricity. And what about holiday travel? Especially when going home for May Day, National Day, and Spring Festival. Gas station at highway service area. You rarely see long queues. But what about charging stations? Always have long queues. Do you even need to get a number to charge your phone? It was very agonizing. You have to wait in line. Charging still requires waiting. Precious travel or family reunion. Time was wasted on waiting. I'm sure everyone has seen some of these online. Video of users in northern regions charging their devices in winter. It's very painful. As a southerner, it's hard to imagine just how difficult it is to charge a car in the north. Later, I went to northeast China to visit the market. I met a car owner at the charging station. He told me, charge it once in winter. It usually takes more than 2 hours. Sometimes it can't even charge. It's really a hassle. Tears streaming down my face. He also told me at the end, in northeast China, it's still better to drive a gasoline-powered car. To be honest, when I hear these sounds, I was deeply moved. These pains? It's all because the current technology isn't good enough. If we don't solve these problems, how can I live up to everyone's trust and support? People buy electric cars to enjoy life. What are the results of enjoying the trip? Range anxiety and charging anxiety of electric vehicles. Instead, it brought a huge mental burden to users. Actually, it is also a kind of social cost. If we can resolve all these anxieties, then the user was relieved of the burden, returning to the ease and enjoyment that electric vehicle travel should have. Of course, what about these problems? The industry has also made many efforts, for example, building more charging stations. I'll share some data with you. China now has 320 million gasoline-powered vehicles. What are the corresponding gas stations? There are more than 100,000. What about new energy vehicles now? There are approximately 45 million units. That's about 1/7 of the fuel-powered cars. Please guess. There are a total of public charging stations. How many seats? There are a full 300,000. 3 times that of gas stations. But what about now? People still say it's not enough. We still need to work hard to build. If they continue building at this frantic pace, when my country's new energy vehicle industry reaches 300 million units, when it is equivalent to a current gasoline car, how many charging stations will be built? In cities where land is incredibly valuable, where can you find so much land? Over the past few months, I also visited more than a dozen cities, surveyed gas stations or charging stations. A real-world situation was discovered. A gas pump. We can serve approximately 50 gasoline-powered vehicles per day. And what about a charging gun? On average, only 5 cars can be served per day. The table turnover rates of the two differed by a factor of 10. Compared to the efficiency of refueling new energy vehicles in charging technology, greater breakthroughs are still needed. Also due to low charging efficiency, it also resulted in a large amount of copper resources. Waste or idle. Why do I say that? Let me give you an account. Install a 150 kilowatt charging gun. The power grid has provided you with 150 kilowatt of copper wire and transformer. It can charge up to 3,600 kW in 24/7. But what about now? 1 public charging gun per day. On average, it can only serve 5 cars. Based on charging 40 kilowatts per vehicle. It can only actually charge 200 kilowatts of electricity. Calculated this way, the power utilization rate of public charging stations is only 5.6%. More than 90% of the power is not being utilized. This caused the already laid copper wires or the transformers are all idle. Especially, we are still a country with a severe copper shortage. China holds only 4% of the world's copper reserves. But what about the copper resources consumed each year? But it exceeds 50% of the global total. Highly dependent on imports. Copper is being snapped up all over the world now. Such an important strategic resource has not been utilized properly. And also, to alleviate anxiety, nowadays, almost every household is installing home charging stations. They all charge at home. Imagine this. If every electric vehicle were equipped with a home charging station, how many copper wires and transformers would be needed? How much copper resources will be used? Moreover, each vehicle also needs to be equipped with charging configurations. All of this adds up to a large sum of money. It is also a waste of social resources. Let's take a look at gasoline cars. More than 100 years, they all went to gas stations to refuel. There would be absolutely no pain or anxiety. If we can make electric vehicles charging speed as fast as refueling, why can't electric vehicles, returning to the way gasoline vehicles refuel, just charge it at a charging station? It is not necessary to install a home charging station. We've already discussed the various anxieties of electric vehicle users. It has brought a lot of mental burden to users. That was to resolve this anxiety. Make larger batteries. According to home charging piles, build more public charging stations. These are all symptomatic treatments for headaches. Treat foot pain by treating the foot. Treating the symptoms but not the root cause. It also caused a huge waste of social resources. And what about... We still haven't completely resolved these anxieties. What do we think? To cure a disease, one must treat its root cause. The real problem is slow charging or difficulty charging at low temperatures. To completely eradicate, there is only one way out. It's about making charging as fast as refueling. Just as convenient, returning to the same charging experience as gasoline cars, then this problem and anxiety will be easily solved. To solve this problem at its root, the key is the battery. In 2020, we launched our first-generation Blade battery. It sets a new benchmark for the safety of power batteries. China's power batteries are now leading the world. This new generation of batteries, we set ourselves a more challenging goal. In terms of charging speed, not only in the south is charging faster. Also in the north, even in the extremely cold environment of northeast China, we also need to achieve revolutionary charging speeds. This is in the battery field. A global problem. The technical challenges are enormous, but our BYD engineers, teams are all about challenging the impossible. Was definitely a thanks. BYD has been making batteries since 1995. It was among the earliest battery manufacturers in China. Instead, in recent years, our R&D team is getting bigger and bigger. What about R&D investment? And more, it can be said that we have this capability more than ever before. This also gives us more confidence in batteries, major technological breakthroughs to solve some of the persistent problems of electric vehicles. Today, we've finally honed our skills after 6 years of hard work. It brought everyone a groundbreaking achievement in power batteries. BYD's second-generation Blade battery. Wow! Last year when we launched Megawatt Flash Charge, everyone said it felt like a physics class. Difficult to understand. The industry also often talks about 5C, 3C and 10C charging rates, and how much power and how many volts, how many amperes. These technical concepts are actually incomprehensible to users. I don't even know how fast it charges. So this time we'll only talk about things that users can understand. Most concerned, that is the charging time. I believe it. BYD's second-generation Blade battery charging speed will definitely exceed everyone's expectations. How fast exactly? Ha. Top up from 10% to 70%. Charging time is only 5 minutes. Wow! It has once again broken the new record for charging speed. What about this speed? Is everyone okay with this? Reasons. I want to tell everyone, this is not our full strength. What the industry generally says, charging speeds range from 10% to 70% or 80% charging time. Does anyone know why this is? Mainly because of this range, the charging speed is the fastest. Once past this point, the charging speed will drop sharply. Even the last 20% of charging time, as long as the previous 80%. So that last 20% is the charging part. The most difficult part of the technology to overcome, our second-generation Blade battery. The goal is to break through this range. This will allow users to charge their batteries more effectively. It takes less time to charge, so our second-generation Blade battery went from 10% to 97% in just one step. Charging time is only 9 minutes. Wow! This is the world's fastest mass-produced charging speed, surpassing the past. Unprecedented. What do you all think of this speed? Fierce. This is our second-generation Blade, extreme charging speed of the battery. Top up from 10% to 70%. It only took 5 minutes to fully charge. From 70% to 97%. It only takes 9 minutes to fully charge. It truly achieves charging as fast as refueling. From now on, everyone should only remember one sentence. Charges in 5 minutes. Fully charged in 9 minutes. Oh. People may also ask what we mean by being full. Why did it only reach 97%? Actually, the remaining 3% is specifically reserved for regenerative braking. This is more conducive to reducing vehicle energy consumption. These past few days, we invited more than 2,000 media outlets to Shenzhen. We witnessed our charging speed on site. 10 models equipped with second-generation blade batteries. Top up from 10% to 70%. All of them are 5 minutes. From 10% to 97% saturation. All of them are 9 minutes. Of course, fast charging at room temperature alone is not enough. And many friends from the north, faster charging speeds are also needed in winter. In the extremely cold north, in this environment, many cars require 2 to 3 hours to charge. Please guess, our second-generation blade battery is capable of operating below zero, freezing at 20 degrees Celsius for 24 hours. After the battery is completely frozen, how long does it take to fully charge the battery again? 20 hours. 10 hours? Is 1 hour enough? That's enough. Is 30 minutes enough? That's enough. I also feel it's not enough. We need to do it even faster. Our second-generation blade battery increases efficiency from 20% to 97%. Charging time is less than 12 minutes. It only takes 3 minutes longer than charging at room temperature. Set a new record for low-temperature charging speed. Also surpassing the past. Unprecedented. Friends from the north, do you think this charging speed is amazing? Ox. Early February. It was also during the coldest time in Harbin. The temperature dropped to minus 20 degrees Celsius. We also invited more than 100 media outlets to the event, witnessed the actual charging test. 4 car models were tested on site. Freeze for 24 hours. After the battery is completely frozen, from 20% to 97%. Charging time is less than 12 minutes for all models. It's also fast. Is it stable or not? Stable? Of course, we feel that Harbin is not cold enough to simulate a more extreme cold environment. We are still inside the cryogenic experimental chamber at 30 degrees Celsius. Using the same charging method, charging test at 30 degrees Celsius throughout. Second-generation blade battery. Charging time is also less than 12 minutes. It really exploded from the welding. Wow! And what about this speed has also been certified by authoritative organizations. Our charging time at 30 degrees Celsius, compared to other new energy vehicles, it is above zero. Charging time is much shorter at 30 degrees Celsius. Ha ha ha. In the past, everyone said that trams didn't cross the Shanhaiguan Pass. This is because low-temperature charging is too difficult. Starting today, our second-generation blade battery needs to let this sentence become history forever. Good. This is our second-generation blade. Batteries bring users a revolutionary experience. We call it fast charging. Let's summarize. BYD's flash charging, fully charged in 5 minutes at room temperature. Fully charged in 9 minutes. Low-temperature charging, 30 degrees Celsius for just 3 more minutes. Through fast charging, we will consider the time cost incurred previously due to waiting. The psychological cost of anxiety, because of the economic costs incurred by large batteries. Return everything to our users. Return it to our family. Return it to our society. Let everyone make driving electric cars a true enjoyment. We also made a comparison. At room temperature, the industry now needs to be fully charged once. Fast charging generally requires 1 hour. Supercharging usually takes half an hour. And our flash charging directly, time compressed to less than 10 minutes. Therefore, only a 9-minute full charge qualifies as flash charging. This kind of technology is truly leading edge. That's what real experience is. Speaking of which, I'm sure some friends are very curious. The flash charging technology we announced today is similar to what we did last February. What are the differences between the megawatt flash charging systems released this time? The core difference is actually whether or not there is perfection. Solve the persistent problems of slow charging or difficulty charging at low temperatures. Megawatt flash charging is more like the quantitative change process of technological accumulation, charging power to a new level. And what about the flash charging announced today? It truly achieved peak performance. A qualitative leap from fast to fast throughout. Fast from beginning to end. Truly putting the user's charging needs to be met. Of course, the pain points are perfectly resolved. Our flash charging vehicle equipped with the second-generation Blade battery, currently available on the market. There are approximately 4.8 million public charging stations. It can charge any station and is not picky about charging piles. Overall, it's 30% to 50% faster than other cars. Our second-generation Blade battery not only brings fast charging, it has achieved a comprehensive upgrade. What does the industry think? Charging speed. Charge energy density is a contradiction. The charging speed has been improved. Energy density may decrease. Like the two ends of a seesaw, up and down. It's hard to have both. In order to resolve this contradiction, we reconstructed the material electrode cell. The design of the system and other 4 levels, enabling the second-generation Blade battery to achieve fast charging while the energy density has not decreased compared to the first generation. Instead, it increased by more than 5%. For higher energy density, in addition, the innovation of lightweight and efficient vehicle design. Our Denza Z9 GT's range, it went straight to 1,036 kilometers, leading the pack among its peers. We also looked around Hainan Island. The tourist highway loop is 988 kilometers long. Some media outlets conducted a real-world test around Hainan Island. Our second-generation Blade battery, it has the speed of fast charging. It also has a range of over 1,000 kilometers. Of course, everyone is definitely very concerned. Will such fast charging affect battery life? Charging speed and battery life are also contradictory. High-power charging generates a lot of heat in a short time. Does it affect battery life? Our second-generation Blade battery passes, opening up high-speed channels for lithium-ion migration, reduced battery internal resistance, to minimize heat generation during fast charging at the source. For those heat that has already been generated, we utilize the properties of metals such as copper foil and aluminum foil. Parallel heat conduction was formed. Furthermore, we have also developed a full temperature range. Intelligent thermal management system. Achieve millisecond level control. Allow heat to dissipate quickly and evenly. It's like putting a smart air conditioner on the battery, so the second-generation Blade battery flash charging has no impact on lifespan. It charges quickly. It is also very durable. What about the second-generation Blade longer battery life compared to the first-generation Blade battery? With this kind of confidence, I hereby solemnly announce the second generation. We further strengthened the warranty policy for Blade batteries. Overall, the capacity retention rate under warranty improved by 2.5%. For example, within 6 years or 150,000 kilometers. The warranty policy for the first-generation Blade battery free replacement if battery capacity drops below 75%. So what about our second-generation Blade battery? The battery capacity was increased by 2.5% to 77.5%. We'll replace it for free. At the same time, our battery cells also come with a lifetime warranty. This is the second-generation Blade battery, a promise of peace of mind to all users. What's next? Let's talk about security in 2020. When we released the first-generation Blade battery, I conducted a test of the difficulty of Mount Everest. Acupuncture test. Let everyone see how safe are Blade batteries. At the 2021 launch event for our full range of knives, the earliest proposal of security is the most luxurious electric car. So our second-generation battery safety will be taken to the extreme. This year, the new national standard also applies to batteries. Higher requirements have been placed on safety. Short circuit should be performed after 300 fast charging cycles. The fact that it doesn't catch fire mainly tests the battery's safety after long-term use. To provide users with more security redundancy, today we're going to take on a challenge. More difficult needle prick experiments. After 500 flash charge cycles. While charging, needle pricking. Yes, you heard me right. Does it sound like? It's incredible. After 500 flash charge cycles of the large area battery, charge while increasing battery. It is also very safe. No thermal runaway occurred. No smoke, no fire. 500 flash charge cycles. That is, it has driven approximately 300,000 kilometers. Normally, a private car is only driven a few times a year. 20,000 kilometers. This is equivalent to the battery being used for 15 years. It will still be safe 15 years later. From now on, everyone can use it with confidence. Long-term use of fast charging. No impact on safety. This year's new national standard for batteries is also new. A thermal diffusion experiment was revised. This is an extremely difficult experiment. What about the new national standard? Triggering a short circuit in a battery. After a battery short-circuited, battery packs should not catch fire or explode. Let's challenge them directly. Simultaneously triggered a short circuit in all 4 batteries. At the same time, 4 batteries. The new national standard is we need to short-circuit 4 batteries. Our second-generation paddy field battery. Even if triggered simultaneously, all 4 batteries short-circuited simultaneously. The surrounding batteries remained at a normal temperature. No heat diffusion was caused, no fire. No explosion. Besides heat dissipation this year, the new national standard also adds a bottom impact test. Safety during battery pack bottom inspection. Our second-generation blade battery. To challenge an impact force 10 times greater than the new national standard. It withstood an impact force 10 times that of the new national standard. Our second-generation blade battery remains rock solid. Rock solid. Now, as you all probably saw, we made a lot of experimental videos this time. And our safety standards, all of these exceed the difficulty of the new national standard. Actually, our engineers at BYD are a group of science and engineering guys. I usually like to do experiments. I prefer to let the results of experiments speak for themselves. We want to conduct real safety tests. Building the safest batteries. For batteries, users always need to be more perfect. It needs to charge quickly. Long battery life is also required. Long lifespan. Even higher security is required. It's too difficult to have it all. But this time, our second-generation large-area battery, it provides unprecedented fast charging speed. It also provides an ultra-long range of over 1,000 kilometers. Also gives long life. Even more so, safety far exceeds the new national standards. This is the world's most advanced power battery. Give again, give even more. What you want? I gave it all away. Today's release isn't about PPT technology. It's not about playing with concepts. Instead, it was released. Haha, thank you. Mass production and installation on vehicles immediately after available release. For purchase immediately. Everyone is probably very curious. Our second-generation blade battery. Which car models will it be equipped with today? We've brought you the first batch of 10 models equipped with this technology. Later, our brand general managers. I will introduce them to you one by one. Among them are both fast charging and the Denza Z9 GT, with a range of 1,000 kilometers, will be launched. Of course, today. What about the second-generation blade battery? Such a fast charging speed. It must also be matched with a high-power charging station. This time, our newly developed flash charging station, get it done in one step. Achieve a single-gun charging power of 1,500 kilowatts. That is 1.5 megawatts. It is the world's largest mass-produced single-gun charging station. Furthermore, each of our charging stations has 2 charging guns. When both cars are charging at the same time, it can also ensure fast charging status. However, there is also a problem here. Imagine this. Currently available on the Chinese market, 4.8 million public fast charging stations. If all to build such megawatt-level flash charging stations, we did the math. What is the power demand on the power grid? 4.8 million fast charging stations multiplied by a 1,000 kilowatt. That's 4,800 gigawatts. What does 4,800 gigawatts mean? Compared to our country? The total power generation capacity of the power grid is even larger. This has a devastating impact on the power grid. Everyone knows our country's power grid infrastructure is already very strong, should be the most powerful in the world. Total power generation capacity of the country. There are 3,800 gigawatts. This is the total power generation capacity. What is our maximum electrical load? It is 1/500 RM. Our power generation is twice the electricity consumption. This is the power of China's power grid. Why are there so few or never power outages? Because your power generation uses twice the amount of electricity. There is more than double the margin there. But if it were replaced by megawatt village, even if everyone in the country turned off their lights at home, the air conditioner is off. Not even 1 kilowatt-hour of electricity is enough. Compared to the demand of 4,800 gigawatts, there is still a shortfall of 1,000 gigawatts. This is a question placed in the whole, a world-class challenge facing the industry. It would be despair for anyone to see. However, BYD engineers used a very clever method. That is to add a battery to each charging station, equipped with a super-fast energy storage system. This would completely resolve this enormous problem. With this energy storage system, during sedimentation, it acts as a reservoir for electrical energy. During discharge, it acts as a power amplifier. Even if there is only one, a standard charging station with only 100 kilowatts, we use the same route. No additional copper wire or transformer required. No additional grid capacity is needed. Not even a kilowatt increase. After adding this energy storage system, it can turn a 100 kilowatt ordinary. The power of the fast charging station was instantly amplified 10 times, goes straight to 1 megawatt, instantly transforms into a fast charging station, breaking through the limitations of power grid capacity. And it will absolutely not damage the power grid. As mentioned earlier, a regular public charging station. The charging station can only charge 5 vehicles per day, and we have a flash charging gun. It can do the same thing as a gas pump. They can serve 50 cars per day. If we calculate based on 40 kilowatts per car, it can charge 2,000 kilowatt per day. Compared to ordinary public charging stations, power utilization has increased tenfold. This means we can use less copper wire. And transformers support greater charging demand. Every gram of copper is used to its maximum value. These saved copper, the country can take it out. Use it to develop photovoltaics, building AI infrastructure, make every valuable strategy. Resources are used wisely. Okay. This is the principle of using a little force to achieve a great result. This is BYD's flash charging technology. Using a single gun, 1,500 kilobar flash charging station, super-fast energy storage system, overcame the challenge of large-scale construction of flash charging stations, the problem of megawatt-scale power plants collapsing the power grid. It will never cause damage to the power grid. It also greatly improves power utilization and more effective use of copper resources. The most socially friendly charging solution. Moreover, I believe that in the passenger vehicle sector as well, it will be the ultimate charging solution. Of course, our fast charging stations are designed. Significant innovations have also been made. Do you think all of them on the market are like this? Charging stations all look different. Our flash charging stations are the first of their kind. T-shaped piles with sliding rail suspension. In terms of color, we have carefully formulated a flash charging blue color. Isn't this design and color very distinctive? Our fast charging stations are easy to find. Let's make this design. Are there any other considerations? First, let's look at the public charging stations available on the market. Where is the charging gun? They are generally very heavy. All the equipment is designed with the gun pulled by a wire. When everyone is holding a gun, they also had to carry a thick, long line. What is the total weight? They all weigh 5 kilograms. For female friends, very unfriendly. What's even more uncomfortable is the charging cable is always dragging on the floor. Dirty, especially on rainy or snowy days. You can easily get mud on your body if you're not careful. Some friends even put on pads, toilet paper to get the charging gun. Public charging stations on the market, charging a battery shouldn't be this inconvenient. It's undignified and should have been replaced long ago. So our charging stations are... The gun and the line were both suspended. It's like a line pulling a gun. You see, our line is in the middle of the mud-filling gun. It's a line pulling the gun. It feels very light. It's practically a zero-gravity charging gun. Moreover, this setup also makes the fast charging station lines. The gun must always remain suspended in the air. It won't get tangled. It won't be dragged on the floor, making it cleaner. Furthermore, our fast charging station features a sliding rail. You can easily swipe left and right, regardless of which side the charging port is on. Both can be used for flexible mobile charging. We also saw... What about the charging process? Sometimes it's much more complicated than refueling. Scan the QR code to download and register. The process of topping up and making payments is too cumbersome. And what about every time you switch platforms? The entire process has to be repeated. For users, it's not simple at all. It's also a hassle. This time, we have connected all the links between the vehicle and the charging station. As long as it's the first time you use it, simply bind via the BYD Flash Charge app. From now on, you can simply plug and charge every time you want to charge. Plug and charge. Seamless charging. It saves both time and effort. This is our fast charging station, bringing you an unprecedented charging experience. The most user-friendly charging station. With fast charging stations, solve slow charging or low temperature issues. The last mile of charging difficulties. It means building the piles right next to the users, so that everyone can use it anytime while charging. Today, on behalf of BYD, I am here. Officially release a strategy. Flash Charge China. We are currently conducting nationwide, large-scale construction of flash charging stations. It is expected that by the end of this year, 20,000 fast charging stations have been completed. Let fast charging truly become ubiquitous throughout China. What about these 20,000 fast charging stations divided into two categories? First, the station within a station of flash charging. We will have 18,000 completed by the end of the year. In order to quickly deploy flash charging stations to everyone's neighborhood, we have joined hands with national charging network operators. Become our partner. They are our solid foundation. We have no competitive relationship with the base. We stand on its shoulders. In existing charging stations, no need to increase the capacity of the power grid. No additional land is needed. We also brought our own equipment. They also brought our clients. Quick website building. Such a fast charging station. Construction is very easy. It's as simple as installing an air conditioner. It also improved the power utilization rate of public charging stations. It increased by a full 10 times. That's something everyone is definitely very concerned about. How far away are these fast charging stations from everyone? Our flash charging stations cover an area of, in first and second tier cities basically, it is within 3 kilometers. In third and fourth tier cities, it is within 5 kilometers. There are within 6 kilometers in 5th and 6th tier cities. In the future, we will cover 90% of the urban area. Within 5 kilometers, you will definitely find a BYD fast charging station. We want to build flash charging stations installed at the doorstep of the user's home. In addition, what everyone is most concerned about is about the construction status of highway toll stations. By the end of this year, I will build 2,000 fast charging stations along the highway. Service areas covering nearly 1/3 of the highways. What then? On average, every 100 kilometers on the highway, there is a BYD flash charging station. With such a dense, high-speed flash charging network, in the future, people will no longer need to travel wasting time queuing for parking spaces. Following our press conference today, the first short holiday is May Day. To allow everyone to drive long distances, when will you be able to travel without worry? We will be before May Day this year. The first batch of 1,000 fast charging stations has been built. Wow! To accelerate the deployment of flash charging stations, we specifically established the large team building the flash charging system. There are several thousand people for 2 months. We have already taken the lead nationwide. 4239 fast charging stations have been built. After today, the flash charging stations that have already been built stations will be officially open for use. As soon as our car owners get their cars, you can experience fast charging. Good. This is our strategy for Flash Charge China. We need to achieve this in less than a year. To make China the number of Chinese automakers with the most charging stations in order to promote the widespread adoption of fast charging. I also have a few good news to share here. First, good news. The pricing issue is what users care about most. We have prepared for everyone a significant flash charging benefit. I hereby declare ha-ha from this day forward. Starting today, all equipped with second generation.
Haha, thank you!
All equipped with second generation battery fast charging for car owners. From the date of vehicle delivery. Charge at any flash charging station nationwide. You can enjoy a year of free fast charging benefits. Completely free. Completely free. Including service fees. Including a year of free electricity and more. After the free flash charging ends, we will also maintain consistency with our industry peers. No extra charge. Just 1 year from now, our fees are the same as our competitors. For example, in this city, the service fee is about 30 cents. The highway toll is probably around 70 cents. Just like our peers, what are the specific details? Subject to the releases of BYD's various brands. The second piece of good news. Starting today, we will include it in the BYD app. For all BYD Group subsidiaries, existing customers or order customers of the brand started a dream website building project. As long as there are 4 car owners, at the same time it was proposed that he be in the public. Add a fast charging station to the charging station. We will conduct an on-site investigation, as long as the conditions are met. Built within a week.
Wahahaha!
Where do users' needs lie? We need to build the station there. Now I declare, the Dream website building project is officially launched. Wow! Actually, building a website is quite convenient because no increase in capacity. Right on his 150 kilowatt pile. Remove and replace with our piles. Add a battery. Add nothing. The capacity remains the same. The copper wire is still the same copper wire. It's as simple as installing an air conditioner. Therefore, please rest assured. Built in 1 week. No pressure. And what about our entire nation now? Charging operators. They are my friends. That is my solid base. We stand on his shoulders. They will definitely hug us because we helped him do bigger business. To broaden his business, there's also good news. Our flash delivery stations will also be open to the public for sharing. Good. New energy vehicles? It is my country's automobile industry. Strategic choices for high-quality development. The CPC Central Committee and the State Council attach great importance development of the new energy vehicle industry for more than 10 years. Stable policy support and market cultivation. Transforming China's new energy vehicle industry from large to strong. It has also nurtured a group of internationally competitive talents. What about competitive world-class brands today? We released the second-generation blade battery and flash charging technology. Completely solves the problem of slow charging. Low-temperature charging is a global challenge. Let the first half of electrification come to a perfect end. Good. BYD has put its innovative technology into practice. The historical mission of the Party Central Committee's new energy development strategy. Although there are no shortcuts on this road. But we persevered for over 20 years. I finally got it working today. We can open up this crucial path. It relies on BYD's 120,000 engineers. It was achieved through tireless exploration and research day and night. Here, I want to express my gratitude to all those engineers who dedicate themselves to technological innovation with the highest respect. Thank you to our 120,000 engineers. Please also give us the engineers' warmest applause. What's next for S1? Please welcome our engineering team representatives to the stage. They are Wang Lingqiang, representative of the Electronic R&D team. The Electronics R&D team has 16,000 engineers, a leading global provider of high-tech innovative products. Lian Yibo, representative of the Animated Film Group. The electrification team has 25,000 engineers, the industry with the largest number of people, the strongest thanks. Heilong, representative of the Battery Energy Storage Team. The battery team has 10,000 engineers, mastered the core technologies of the entire battery industry. Provide battery solutions for all fields. Luo Hongbin, representative of the powertrain team. The powertrain team has more than 4,000 engineers, proficient in the research and development of various types dedicated to driving the world with technology. Yang Dongsheng, representative of the intelligent team. The intelligent team has over 15,000 engineers, covering intelligent, E4, E3, hybrid power and other fields, continuously leading the development of automotive intelligence. Ren Ning, representative of the light rail transit team. The light rail transit team is dedicated to urban rail transit research and development to improve urban traffic flow. Chen Gang, representative of the Semiconductor Dream Team. The Semiconductor Dream Team has 7,000 engineers. They are dedicated to automotive-grade, continuous innovation in semiconductors. Build Chinese chips for Chinese cars. Luo Zhongliang, a leading figure in automotive technology. The Automotive Technology Dream Team has 12,400 engineers, empowering the driving experience with automotive electronics and chassis technology. Let's create a smart future together with technology. Gong Xingao, representative of the Basic Science Team. They bring together top scientific research forces, deepening the breakthrough of underlying technologies, strengthening BYD's innovation foundation with cutting-edge scientific research. Liu Weihua, representative of the New Materials Paradise. They have 3,000 engineers, focus on cutting-edge technologies, overcoming technical bottlenecks, hailed as the perpetual motion machine of innovation. Wu Heng, representative of the Intelligent Manufacturing Team. The Smart Manufacturing Team has 8,900. Manufacturing Technology Engineer. Use high quality and high efficiency. Core competitiveness of vehicle manufacturing, winning the trust and recognition of users worldwide. Biguozhong, representative of Tianning Photovoltaic Group. They focus on green energy conversion, empowering the world with photovoltaic technology, bringing a continuous source of clean energy to the world. Peng Wang, representative of the Commercial Vehicle Team. The Commercial Vehicle Team has 3,000 engineers, focusing on the research and development of commercial vehicle, complete vehicle, supporting the intelligent upgrade of green transportation. Okay, then I'll invite our engineering dream team. The disruptive technologies we are announcing today. To summarize, charges in 5 minutes, fully charged in 9 minutes, 30 degrees Celsius, just 3 more minutes. Good. Applaud. Okay, let's condense it down again. 5 parts good, 9 parts full, 3 parts cold. Ha ha ha. 5 parts good, 9 parts full, 3 parts cold. Although it's only 9 characters long. But behind this, it brings together tens of thousands of wisdom and hard work of engineers. This demonstrates that BYD is not afraid of determination to solve global problems. Courage and ability. Therefore, these 9 characters will surely be recorded. The history of global automotive development. Looking back on BYD's journey in the new energy vehicle industry, the original aspiration that has kept us going. Actually, it was 20 years ago. That is 2006, our 3 green dreams. That is to develop solar-powered electric vehicles with energy storage. The goal is to break free from dependence on fossil fuels, reduce the harm of greenhouse gases and environmental pollution. My 3 green dreams are my life's work. I remember when I proposed the 3 dreams. Instead of applause and recognition, they were greeted with an overwhelming wave of doubt. Nobody understands. Nobody believed it. Everyone thought BYD was daydreaming. Unrealistic, to let more people know about our dreams. We made a product called in 2008. Build Your Dreams. At that time, it was also released to the public. It's the video everyone saw before the show started. In 2009, I also built a future village at the company. The roof is covered with photovoltaic solar panels. There is an energy storage cabinet inside. In the courtyard, there are charging stations and electric vehicles. How about setting an example for these 3 green dreams? Doesn't it seem incredibly advanced by today's standards? Many people later asked me about 20 years ago, before everyone had even heard of photovoltaics and energy storage, why did you dare to make such a bet? An industry that is very far removed from us. The answer is actually quite simple. All the energy on Earth, besides nuclear energy, essentially they all originate from the sun. Coal is a form of solar energy stored by ancient plants. Petroleum is solar energy stored by ancient animals. Hydropower is actually solar energy. You said there's no evaporation from the sun. How can there be clouds? How can there be rain without clouds? How could there be the Yangtze and Yellow rivers without rain? If solar energy shines on, if Earth's energy were collected, it can supply 6 billion in just 1 hour. Earthlings used a whole year. 1 hour? It can be used for 1 year. At that time, we firmly believed solar energy is definitely the core of future energy. What we need to do is to put this inexhaustible green energy truly used in everyone's life. Therefore, we started planning very early on. They launched their own photovoltaic products in 2008. Now, BYD's solar energy footprint has spanning over 100 countries and regions worldwide. Of course, we also recognize the importance of solar energy. One problem is instability. Fluctuations are caused by day and night and weather. Therefore, we decided to develop energy storage technology turn unstable solar energy into a continuous and stable power supply. So also in 2008, we established the Electric Power Research specializing in energy storage power station technology. The second year, we have built the world's first lithium iron phosphate energy storage power station. The #1 in energy storage system shipments. Finally, regarding energy application, we use new energy vehicles, replace heavily polluting gasoline vehicles. This has led to the formation of a system for obtaining new energy closed loop from storage to application. Our 3 green dreams. And so, step by step, we move towards reality. However, the process of realizing this dream, every step forward, actually it's all very difficult. During the decade from 2009 to 2019, our solar and energy storage, the business has been consistently several times money. Internally, someone suggested, just shut down these businesses. But what happened in the end? Me and the engineers behind me, the group managed to pull through together. Even if life is very difficult, none of them gave up halfway. If it weren't for our own insistence back then, we have no light to offer today. Fast charging technology that integrates energy storage and our story of building cars. Everyone should be very familiar with it. Is also very difficult. Later, we proved it with our actions. Our 3 green dreams are not just wishful thinking. It has now become China. The 3 fastest growing export products. Many people say, did we just happen to bet right? I want to say this is not gambling. The reason why they were able to bet on the future 20 years ago, it's because we are a family that uses companies that change the world through technology. A company that uses technology to define its strategy. We have always insisted on using technology to solve challenges in industry development. I remember when the new energy industry was just starting out, there are very few supporting facilities on the market. At that time, development was fraught with difficulties. We have set a development strategy for the electrification of public transportation. In 2010, the K9 electric bus was launched, or electric taxi 16. It also matched the construction of one of the earliest charging stations in China. He single-handedly carved out a path in a desolate wasteland. The way out for new energy development. Later, this also originated from BYD in Shenzhen. The strategy became Shenzhen's experience. National strategy. Finally, a global consensus was formed. In terms of power battery technology, we started with our first new energy vehicle in 2008. They used lithium iron phosphate batteries. We have consistently adhered to this technical approach. By 2020, we launched the use blade batteries made of lithium iron phosphate. Completely solves battery safety. The problem of rare metal bottleneck, turning lithium iron phosphate from a niche product into an industry mainstream. What is the current percentage? It has exceeded 80%. And this ratio? It's still rising. We relied on our own strength again, leading the industry back to the right path of lithium iron phosphate. The same applies to plug-in hybrid technology. In 2008, we launched the first plug-in hybrid vehicle, F3DM. In the past 10 years or so, we remain steadfast in our commitment to the plug-in hybrid technology approach. Even in 2019, the industry is filled with voices predicting the demise of hybrid mixing. We are still persisting. By 2021, We have launched the 4th-generation DM technology. The DMI plug-in hybrid market has finally seen a boom. It is no exaggeration to say, without BYD DM technology, China's plug-in hybrid route was abandoned long ago. Once again, we single-handedly made. Plug-in hybrids are about to be abandoned by the industry. The technology route has once again become the mainstream in the industry. Accelerate the transition from gasoline-powered vehicles to new energy vehicles. The epidemic came on fiercely. There is a global shortage of face masks. At this critical juncture, we are quick to address the urgent needs of the world's needs. The decision was made immediately to increase mask production, although we have never made masks. But we have so many engineers and production line workers, it also has top-notch industrial manufacturing capabilities. As long as the country needs it, we can build. We gathered everyone together overnight, starting from scratch. Thanks. Starting from scratch, race against time, drawings to be produced in 3 days. It took only 24 days to become the world's largest mask manufacturer. For the prevention and control of the global epidemic, bringing the power of Chinese manufacturing. With our actions. This demonstrates the responsibility and commitment of Chinese enterprises. Thanks. We've weathered many storms along the way, overcoming numerous difficulties. They also benefited from some glory. Some miracles were created. We have always firmly believed that technology is the primary productive and has consistently used technology to change the world time and time again. Blade battery and flash charge technology. It's about using technology to change the world once again. Overseas, our flash charging stations will be located at large-scale implementation by the end of 2026. From flash charge in China to flash charge planet. Wow! It is important to know that most countries in the world charging infrastructure is not as developed as it is here. The power of the charging pile is most are 50 kilowatts or 100 kilowatts. The charging speed is just like in our past. The mobile phone uses a 2G or 3G network. Very slow. What happens after we get there? Build the megawatt-level flash charging stations directly. Skip 3G and 4G. It provides a 5G-like charging experience right from the start. This transcends time. Technologies and products that surpass imagination will contributing to the leapfrog development of global electrification. We will use the flash charge planet strategy. Embrace a lower carbon and more environmentally friendly mode of transportation. Build our Earth, a greener planet. The wheels that once changed the world came from afar. Today, the trendsetters of our time are in China. BYD's second-generation blade battery and flash charging technology. This marks the beginning of the fast charging era for new energy vehicles. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Wang and the engineers. Please return to your seat.